Good morning, everybody. This is This Week in Victoria, brought to you by Fresh Media Works. Today is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, and today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's not a big fancy one or anything for me. I'm 52. It's not even a fun number. I'm not a person who does a big thing with my birthday. Are you?
No, I'm not either.
I'm not. I One of my kids is like, can we start talking about my birthday in January? And her birthday's in June. And the other two don't seem to care. Everybody's different. Well, This Week in Victoria is the show where each week we give you a rundown of all the happenings right here in the Crossroads area. We don't normally discuss news on the show, but I think in light of several businesses closing in the last couple of weeks, maybe we should. Have you heard about this? Several local businesses in Victoria closing kind of all at one time.
I know. I have heard about it.
Paint's Underground Pizza, The Chopping Block, and Stir Soda, we know all closed last week. And those sort of without warning. I know one of them said, hey, today's our last day and we're closing up shop. I hate to hear that. I do want to say that there's more that you could do than just shopping local to support your local businesses. Obviously, choose to shop local, spend your money right here in Victoria whenever you can. But if you come across these businesses on social media, like them, share them, promote them to your friends. Word of mouth in a town like Victoria and small businesses, word of mouth is your very best friend. So
Absolutely.
talk up your friends and businesses that you visit, write reviews for them on Google, write reviews for them on Facebook and everywhere else. Share posts and things. Those are all ways that you can support local businesses, even if you can't shop local. I know that that's not possible for everybody. Not everybody eats at local restaurants. Not everybody goes to coffee shops and things like that. So there's plenty of other ways that you can do it. It costs nothing but 5 seconds of your day to hit a like and a share. So I just wanted to put that out there. Our friends here in town are very much worth supporting. Um, and to that end, I want to tell you about an event that has just been started. This is called Heart Behind the Hustle. It was put together by Christy Rodriguez, who owns Here's the Scoop downtown. And I'll just read you some of what she has posted. Heart Behind the Hustle was created to bring people together through connection, collaboration, and community. Whether you're a small business owner, a creative, a parent, professional, or anybody looking for a meaningful connection, this monthly gathering is a space to do that without competition, without judgment. This is just a time for connection, conversations, and shared experiences. Also, educational topics, practical resources, sharing of ideas, and it's warm and inclusive and is for everybody. It will be at Here's the Scoop with the hope of partnering with other local businesses and organizations in the future. So, if that's of interest to you, you can reach out directly to Christy at Here's the Scoop and she would be happy. And her idea is that when we invest in one another, we strengthen our entire community. So that's a monthly meetup that will be starting soon. It's every Friday at noon. So that's something you will want to look into, and we will be adding that to our regular event lineup. Kim, what are our weekly events?
All right. So we know we have Victoria Farmers Market from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday at the Patty Dodson Health Center parking lot. The Victoria Public Library has a bunch of weekly events. Some are listed below, or some are we'll talk about throughout the program. And there are plenty. Right. There are plenty more if you check out the events section of their website, and that is at victoriatx.gov, and then click on library. Victoria College also has a number of weekly events for both students and the community. Make sure to check out their website to see what's going on because there is a whole lot there. And every Wednesday this summer in Goliad, you can see the Living History program at the Presidio La Bahia in Goliad. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and the program is included with the cost of admission, into the park. I think it takes place about 30 minutes the event activities take about 30 minutes when you go in there.
Yes, and I saw that they do a couple of them throughout the day. You can go in and see
Yes.
the history anytime, but I think the time that I went there, they sort of have people who, live in the community at the time. They come out and talk to you about their day. They're sort of characters from the time period. That's really cool. Um,
Yes.
and then they actually have those. I also want to add, we always say Victoria College has events, but Texas A&M Victoria has events too, and we don't usually mention that. So
That
be sure
is
and check
true.
out their sites as well for their local events.
Yes. All right. And then that will move us into today, Wednesday, July 1st, Stephanie's birthday.
Woo!
So we will start that off with the community blood drive. The blood mobile will be at Twin Pines North. Give the gift of life. They do say to call to sign up, and their number is 361-576-9263. That is at Twin Pines North, and it is free, and you have a chance at winning a gift card. So they'll be giving out some gift cards that day. And then next up, we have Nonprofit Connections and Conversations. Palacios Community Hub Edna meets at La Cantina Tacos and Tequila here in Victoria every month for a gathering meant to bring together nonprofits, their supporters, and those curious about how it all works. This is a great laid back evening that all can enjoy. This week's guest speaker is you. Tell everybody about your wins so far this year and learn about others' wins. The location will be at La Cantina Tequila Tacos and Tequila. Easy for me to say. That is at 212 South Main Street here in Victoria, and it starts at 5 p.m. There is no cost, but obviously you're there at the restaurant, so you can order what you would like. And then next up, we have It's Not a Phase, Pop Funk Craft Night. Celebrate Blink 182 Day with pop punk themed crafts at the library. Dust off your studded belts and find your favorite eyeliner as we take a trip back to the era of neon hair dye, power cords, and angst. Come create DIY patches, flare buttons, and all while listening to the ultimate playlist of pop punk hits from the 2000s. This will take place at the Victoria Public Library from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And again, it is free, as most of their events are.
Okay. Thursday, coming into tomorrow, is Fire Marshal Story Time at the library. This is a family story time featuring a visit from the Victoria Fire Marshal. It is geared toward newborns through school age, and it's a nice low-key way to start the holiday weekend. Of course, that is at the library in Meeting Room B from 10 to 11 a.m., and the cost is always free. Following the Fire Marshal story time, we have the Adventure Exchange. This is a summer reading prize swap where kids can trade in the credits they earned from their reading logs for prizes. It is drop in, so families can come and go from 11 to 4, and that is on Thursday. I think you just come in and go to the counter there and let them see your reading log, and it goes from there.
Awesome. All right, and then next up, we've got TSI A2 Math Summer Review Session. The Victoria College is running a free college placement test review session that is open to prospective students and anyone wanting to brush up before the TSI A2 math exam. That will take place at the Victoria College, 2200 East Red River Street, and it will be from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. This one, we weren't able to confirm the cost, but it looks like it's likely free. So just check that out if it's something you're interested in.
On Thursday, we also have Vigor Victoria's monthly meetup. And this one is really going to be focused on small business strong, talking about building up small businesses in Victoria. They are going to meet at the Garden House Coffee and Espresso. That's at 1908 North Laurent. This is inside Victoria Tower. If you haven't been there, when you pull up, you may think you're at the wrong place. But when you go in, Garden House is right there on the first floor, and it's kind of like a TARDIS. When you go in, it is bigger than you think. There's more of it than it looks like on the outside. It's a great little place. This week, we will be talking about Shop Twice Victoria. This is a program put together by Sarah Vela, owner of Vela Farms, and she's going to give us some information about her vision for that and how it should work. So join us from 8 to 9:30. Bring a friend, show up, listen, connect, be a part of what keeps Victoria's small businesses moving forward. There is no cost to come. There's usually coffee, and it's a nice, relaxed environment. If you can't be there by 8 o'clock, that's okay. Show up late, and we will let you in anyway.
And then moving into Friday, we've got the holiday weekend coming up. This is July 3rd. Safari Splash at the Texas Zoo. The zoo is cooling things off with a summer water play afternoon with giant water slides, yard games, photo spots, local vendors, concessions, and music. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
They will have train rides from 10 to 11 a.m. and again from 2 to 3 p.m. That does have a $2 add-on cost with regular zoo admission price.
I
So
saw that.
definitely want to check that out.
I saw that little train on Facebook. That's a new addition there. That is cool.
I did too. It's so cute. I love it. All right. And then we've got Freedom Fest at Northside Baptist Church, a free community celebration ahead of the 4th with food, live music, and family activities tied to the America 250 Years Old theme. It is a church hosted event, but it is open to everyone. That is Northside Baptist Church at 4100 North Lawrence Street from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, that is free. So definitely check it out. And then we've got a few items in the surrounding communities. We've got First Friday sidewalk sales in Goliad. Downtown Goliad merchants put their wares out on the sidewalks around the courthouse square for the monthly First Friday event. It is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So come check out some of their local businesses. And then Star Spangled Bay Bash in Port Lavaca. This is the area's big 4th of July weekend party on the bay. It's now in its 9th year with live music, food, and a fireworks show out over the water. That will be at Bayfront Peninsula Park, 501 East Main Street in Port Lavaca, and it will be from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Again, that event itself is free. And then moving into Saturday, July 4th, this is Independence Day and America's 250th birthday.
We are kicking things off with the kiddos, which I think is just great. The Victoria Area Roadrunners hold their 6th annual patriotic themed 5K with a Best Dressed Patriot contest and a kids 1 mile run. It is chip timed with age group awards, and it'll be taking place at Riverside Stadium parking lot. That's where those always begin in Riverside. The 5K starts at 7:30. The kids 1 mile starts at 8:15, and the bib pickup is early at 6:30. The cost is $35 for the 5K, $10 for the kids fun run, and just a little heads up on the deadline there. The lower price ends on Friday, July 3rd, before it jumps up to $40 on race day. So you definitely want to get your spot in there, get your ticket before the price jumps up on Saturday.
Awesome. And then we have America 250 Parade. Downtown hosts a 4th of July parade marking the country's 250th birthday with the national anthem, living history performers, and a Patriots plaque dedication at De Leon Plaza. The route runs along Main and Bridge Streets. It does begin at 10 a.m., and again, the cost is free. Then we have America 250 Blast Off Celebration, the city's main Independence Day event with live music through the evening, inflatables, food trucks, and the fireworks show to close it out. They do ask no ice chests, and there are kids giveaways while supplies last. This will take place at the Victoria Community Center, 2905 East North Street. The gates open at 5 p.m. and fireworks begin at 9:30 p.m. And then we have several events in the surrounding communities. So if you're looking for something close to you, listen on and we will be sure to touch on it. We've got America's 250th, fourth. Let me try that again. We've got America 250th July 4th parade event in Cuero. Cuero marks the nation's 250th with an Independence Day parade through its historic downtown. That will be in historic downtown Cuero. Staging is going to be near 210 East Main Street. It does begin at 3 p.m. And then we've got Cuero 4th of July celebration. So Cuero's Day at the Park has food trucks, snow cones, popcorn and lemonade, and a fireworks show at 9. This is at the Cuero Municipal Park from noon to 9 p.m., and the pool and splash pad are free for kids in the afternoon.
I just want to clarify those two because we actually announced them backwards from the way we normally would. That starts from noon to 9 p.m., but then the parade is 3 p.m. that afternoon. So
Gotcha.
those two events are taking up the whole day in Cuero. They also have similar events in Goliad, the 4th of July dance. This is Goliad Community's Independence Day dance at Memorial Auditorium. That's at 925 US 183 in Goliad. It is 5 to 10 p.m. Unfortunately, we weren't able to confirm cost for this. The fact that it's the community event says that it's probably cheap or free. Plan to go to that and have a really good time with the rest of the community. Also, Red, White, and Bloom in Goliad County. This is an Independence Day celebration with fireworks out at Coletto Creek Reservoir and Park between Goliad and Victoria. That's 365 Coletto Park Road in Victoria from 7 to 11 p.m. So this will be fireworks and lots of things going on there. It will be included with your entrance to the park if there is a fee for that. Another one on this same day. We have so much going on today.
Yes.
Brackenridge into sorry, I skipped one. I tried to do yours. This is a really interesting thing called Feeding a Revolution. So join us on July 4th to discover how cattle of the Mission Espiritu Santo helped win the American Revolution. Members of Granderos y Damas de Galvez will give presentations on the cattle drive that helped feed soldiers fighting in the American Revolution. I never even thought to wonder that. It also
Right.
explains Spain's influence on the American fight for independence. Presentations will be given at the museum at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Entrance fees apply, only $4 per person, kids under 12 free, and the program is included with park entrance.
That is amazing. We have so much history right around us. I love
I
it.
love it.
Yes. Okay. And if you are out more in the Edna area, Brackenridge Independence Day celebration and fireworks will be there. It is an all day family celebration out on Lake Texana, capped with a fireworks show after dark. This will take place at Brackenridge Recreation Complex, which is 891 Brackenridge Parkway in Edna. Daytime activities will start around 8:30 a.m. and then fireworks after dark. There is not a cost confirmed, so there is probably a gate fee, an entrance fee, and it's usually per vehicle. So very reasonable. And then we've got America's 250th birthday celebration in Port Lavaca, a separate tailgate style party on the bay the day after the Big Bay Bash with a DJ, lawn games, barbecue, and fireworks over the water. So this will still take place at Bayfront Peninsula Park, which is at 501 East Main Street in Port Lavaca. And it starts at 11 a.m. and then fireworks after dark. So that wraps up our Independence Day. So you got lots and lots of options there. And that brings us to Sunday, which is a day of rest.
We didn't find any events on Sunday. I think everybody knew that after celebrating the history of our country, we needed a
Yes.
break.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a big birthday bash. All right. So that brings us into Monday, July 6th. We're going to have Mixed Media Monday, Bad Art Night. This one sounded like fun. And
I can
Adult
get in
Craft
on
Night.
this.
Yes, absolutely. This is going to be an adult craft night at the library with a fun, not fine art spirit. So we are looking for just having some fun. All materials are provided, so just bring yourself and your creative ideas. So this will be at the Victoria Public Library from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And of course, it being a library event, it is free. Next up, we've got the Victoria Film Society. They have kicked off their summer film series last week. The series does include post war and class struggle themes, highlighting classic and highly acclaimed films. This is a free event at the Mitchell Event Center, which is located at 306 East Commercial Street. This week, we will be watching Casablanca from 1943. The film screening begins at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5:30. So just make sure you go out there and check it out.
And then on Tuesday, July 7th, Learning Lab is a hands on lab at the Victoria Public Library for kids and tweens. This week, they will be making their own snow dough. That is from 2 to 3 p.m., and it is free. Just bring yourself. And the library also has the Bookish Society monthly meetup. This is the library's adult book society. It meets off-site at a local cafe. They read by mood rather than a single assigned title. And they gather the first Tuesday of the month. This month's meetup is at Vita Cafe and Market. That is 105 Spring Green in Victoria. They meet from 6 to 7 p.m.
Awesome. And this is a great way to get out there and experience some of the new, or even not so new, local businesses. So,
Local business. I was noticing that too, that so many local events take place at small businesses here in town. They're not all
right.
huge or park or city events, but yeah, that's a great way to just get them built up.
Yes, absolutely. All right. And then next up, we've got the Victoria Generals home game, Strikeout Cancer, Jersey Auction Night. So the Generals are home at Riverside Stadium with a jersey auction benefiting the fight against cancer presented by Citizens Medical Center. There's going to be an auction for that jersey. It will start at 6:30, and then the game against the San Antonio River Monsters begins at 7:05. 100% of the proceeds from the auction go to the fight against cancer. So I love that.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, a look ahead, Wednesday, July 8th. It looks like we have another adult craft night, Bedazzled Books, an adult craft program at the library, and it's decorating and bedazzling books. Bring your own book, but they will have the supplies to bedazzle them for free. And that will take place at the Victoria Public Library from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that wraps up our weekly events.
That is cool. We have lots of other stuff coming up. We got a sneak peek at some other things going on this summer. Family Discovery Saturday taking place at the Museum of Coastal Bend. GED graduation ceremony coming up at Victoria College. Lots of things going on. It is going to be a very packed summer. So have
Yes.
fun when you get out this weekend celebrating our nation's 250th birthday. It is definitely something worth celebrating. So do it in your own way, do it with your community. Just do it. Appreciate what we have here. And when you go to these events, please be sure and tell them that you heard it here on This Week in Victoria. And we will see you in Victoria.